friends, you are welcome to join with me in a spiritual journey to that heaven which is all around us. I'm Olivia Robertson of the Fellowship of Isis, and I call upon you to come back in time to the time of September, of golden leaves and still the rich growth of summer about us. Anoint your brow with water to activate your third eye. Feel happy. I shall be your guide back to the land of error. Rise from your body. Rise above your home and your land. Move back in time and to another place, to Inishfoil, Ireland, land of the past and of the future, Inishfoil of destiny. Cross the sea and look down. How rich is this land in the beautiful evening light, with speckled sunlight over it as the sun moves to the west, to the Atlantic Ocean. Come to the southeastern part. You see two rivers forming a Y that reach the Irish Sea in the south. And between these two rivers is a richly wooded valley surrounded by 7 hills. The trees are so rich that they conceal any sign of house or fields. As you descend lower, you see a long, dark line of yew trees in a double L, an avenue of lime trees, and many exotic trees and bushes. And there in the midst is an old grey castle. Adjoining it, joined to it, is an ancient abbey. You see a light glowing deep within the castle, and you descend therein. You find there is a crowd of people, about 60, within an ancient temple of Isis. These people are surrounding a holy well. The priestesses wear golden tiaras, peach and gold robes, and they carry jade wands. The priests are wearing golden headdresses of an Eastern appearance, red and gold robes, and bear jade staffs. You look at the women. They wear lovely pink and yellow flowers in their long flowing hair, and the men have yellow headdresses and wear also red and gold robes. You see that a priestess is anointing each brow with water, saying, "May the third eye of vision and spirit awaken within you." Feel a tingle now in your own psychic brow. Then we notice, standing apart, a priest on one side and a priestess on the other, is a neophyte in pure white. She is a lady, for she has a long white bridal veil over her head. the priest Hierophant addresses all. Companions, we are assembled to awaken the golden phoenix power within ourselves according to our need. Know that every being is animated by two forces, yin and yang. All female beings, from goddess to butterfly, have equal balance of these powers, acting through the great goddess mode. Every male being, whether god or butterfly, has perfect equipoise of these forces, manifesting through the great God mode. When these forces are in disharmony, evil and illness result. Here the priestess Hierophant speaks. Yin is the expression of love that pervades through all hearts and manifests as gold light. Yang is the embodiment of all-powerful truth and is expressed through white light. Yin and yang may be symbolized through the major and minor keys in music. Our own psychic flow of these forces is like a keyboard. Yin and yang powers flow through our bodies in alternating circuit, crossing at each of the psychic centers within us. The priest speaks. It is the yin force that we would awaken in this ritual. Yin flows through our bodies like consecutive notes of music. However, yin is most powerful in the sacral, wings, heart and brow centers, where it forms a mighty cord connecting the etheric, astral and divine spheres of being. This yin chord, when sounded with its complementary colors, brings rebirth, serenity and works of art through stillness, contemplation and bliss. Companions who would awaken the golden phoenix within, join our procession to the holy abbey of the goddess Dana. Here a procession is formed, led by the priesthood. Let us follow it. First, they pay respects to a picture of the goddess Kuan Yin in the Holy of Holies. Then they pass 9 columns and they leave the temple of Isis. They pass through a lovely outdoor shrine and they reach a gracious garden, geometrically laid out with Florence court yews. This is bordered by the yew walk which we saw from the sky. Now the procession are making their way across the garden and they enter this yew walk. Imagine yourself going down a long dark tunnel facing the east. Some of the company are playing musical instruments, and children follow, bearing flowers. We approach the golden end of the yew walk, and the Hierophant and the priestess Hierophant raise their hands in salutation of the ancient grey Boulogne stone, primeval. Then they turn sharply to the left through more yew walk and form a circuitous journey round a little temple of Flora, a belvedere. Then they rise a little and come before the front of the castle. Stretching to the right is the long, straight lime tree avenue, reaching high into the sky, with golden green leaves, hardly tinged with autumn. They cross green grass, and they are approaching this ruined abbey, symbolic of our ruined earth, which yet is surrounded by beautiful shrubs and flowers. There's a rich rose tree with great old-fashioned scented pink roses. The company turn to the left in this maze path, and they enter a very narrow, curving entrance to the abbey, formed almost like a snake. They pass fuchsia bushes of Ireland and pass through many scented flowers, right up to the high dolmen altar on a slight dais with stones around, 2 sentinel stones at either side, and a great stone basin of rainwater on the left. All, as they pass this, place their hands on the water and sprinkle water upon the ground in veneration of natural growth. Now we pause, for there is a seated figure upon the stone dolmen, which has ever been the stone seat of the goddess in all faiths are set in Egypt. Here, the stone seat of the goddess Kuan Yin. The figure is wearing a beautiful golden orange robe that conceals her face and flows from the tip of her head to her feet. Under it we see the glimmer of a diadem. We realize that we hope to be granted oracle. The priest Hierophant offers incense of herbs to the goddess and prays, Divine Mother of all beings, whose heart is open to those in need, come to us. When men and women and their children were starving from drought in ancient China, secretly thou didst go to their barren rice fields, and with milk drawn from thy breasts thou didst replenish the withered ears of rice. In this hour of earth's need, aid us to feed all on earth. There is a silence, and those with psychic vision see a glimmering in the air right above the figure, where there's the ancient arch surrounded with climbing rose and ivy, the great Gothic arch pointing skywards, and we hear the song of birds. In the stillness we hear a voice behind the veil, and a shaft of golden light, almost like that of a woman's form, of sunlight, shows behind the priestess. Truly, my children, your greatest need is not for earthly sustenance, but for spiritual food. The equipoise between heaven and earth has been unbalanced, and the deities can no longer easily commune with humankind. Know that there is a spiritual milk that courses through all creatures, and upon which every being depends for its life. This elixir is to earthly gaze invisible, not to be seen nor felt. Yet without its health-giving flow you wither and perish. This is the peach juice of immortality, the elixir of life. When this pure flow of celestial milk becomes clogged and contaminated, you experience loss of creativity, evil emotions, and a craving for stimulants. No longer can the golden power of yin and the silver power of yang bring you ecstasy of love and truth. Together these two forces form the tree of life within your own bodies, and the peaches of immortality are the fruits thereof. But the forces cannot manifest unless they flow through the white river of plasma, prana, which should freely circulate through you. This milky plasma, which may be termed yin in relation to animating spiritual fire, may be freed from the pollution of ugly thoughts and emotions by regulated breathing, dance movements, and the intoning of mantras. In-breathing and out-breathing need to be in balance. Left side and right side of the body should be brought into harmony by graceful movements. The arts of painting and music cleanse plasma through appreciation of beauty. Visualize yourself as either myself or the Bodhisattva Maitreya. Be seated as we are upon a lotus, floating upon the surface of a tranquil lake. But this exquisite water lily has a thick slimy stem, and its roots are deeply embedded in mud. Do not despise the earth and her elements, for it is from earth that you grow. Now feel the golden sun within the moon-like petals of the lotus shine within your heart. When you feel a warm glow radiating within you, you will love as I do, and through your love you will bring happiness, compassion, and creativity to all those within your sphere. Om Shanti. Peace be with you. There is a silence. Then all fold their hands in thanks and draw their hands to their hearts to bring through the love of Kuan Yin. Her divine vision to those with the sight disperses in a golden rainbow mist, and the priestess is left alone to recover from trance and is given water to drink. Now the priestess Hierophant steps before the dolmen altar as the priestess in trance has been led from it She makes the sign of yin, like the number 6 with her lotus wand, and offers incense. Holy goddess Kuan Yin, who springeth forth from the heart of the lotus floating upon the still waters of creation, you have come to our hearts. Goddess of compassion, lovely bestower of wisdom, gentleness, and love, bring thy rays of purest gold into our minds and hearts, as the sun rises in the golden dawn and is now sinking in the radiant west. The priest Hierophant makes the yin sign with staff and offers incense. I invoke the Bodhisattva Maitreya. Holy Maitreya, in thy compassion thou didst delay thy attainment of Buddhahood in order to bless all earth's creatures. Inspire us to help thee in thy works of mercy. Now a priest and priestess lead the neophyte before the dolmen altar, and the priestess Hierophant is addressing her. Are you willing to receive the awakening of the yin power of the gold phoenix within yourself? With the blessing of the goddess Kuan Yin, I am. A priest now stands forward and addresses the neophyte. Learn from this tale. Here all the company form a circle, a semicircle around him as he stands before the altar and addresses them. It was told in ancient China that once heaven and earth, yin and yang, were in perfect harmony. But disorder was brought about by unbalance of these two forces. The goddess Nukua made a lament. Here a priestess speaks. Alas, disorder has fallen upon heaven and the earth. The 4 cardinal points are out of place, and the 5 elements are at war. The sky does not wholly cover the earth. Fire burns without ceasing, and waters flood the earth. I shall use the 2 forces of yin and yang to bring stability. And the goddess Nukua, by her magical use of yin and yang, brought order to the 5 elements, earth, metal, water, wood, and fire, to the cardinal points, and to heaven and earth. She provided animals, birds, and fishes in plenty, fed by abundant vegetation. But there were no humans. So Nukua said, I shall make men and women from yellow mud. And this she did. But the figures lay lifeless. So Nukua wept. She declared, I, the great goddess, can make forms, but they are as dead. Now her tears fell upon the figures, who opened their eyes and also wept. And Nukua felt compassion for them, and touched them gently with her hands. And lo, their hearts began to beat. But though these clay men and women lay in gentle peace, they could not move 1 inch. Alas, cried Nukua, I have created these men and women, and have brought them peace and love. But no motion. Come unto me, my divine husband, Fu Si, for of myself I can only do half of creation. And here the priest speaks. And lo, her divine husband, the god Fu Si, came. And when he saw the recumbent figures, he burst forth into laughter. And he gave them a mighty kick. And straightway the figures sprang to their feet, some in astonishment, others in anger. And behold, humanity was born. And now the priest addresses the neophyte. So you learn that to attain life you may sometimes have to be active. Let us travel in a dragon chariot of clouds, that we may enter the 3 paradises of the goddesses of Yin. Let the chariot be created through dawns. Now, I want you to imagine the most beautiful music and the company creating a chariot in the ether from dawns, a golden chariot of beauty, like a shining sphere around them. For though we may dream of love and beauty, sometimes we need yang to create through activity. Join in this dance of creation. The movements are slow and dreamlike. And as you dance, you feel a flow of prana moving through you, a rosy glow in your heart, in your sacral center, and silver like a white rose upon your brow. Feel the power of yin move through you like a beautiful theme of music, like a chord of music. Feel your heart spread with love for all beings. A priestess speaks. Our chariot is created in the ether. Imagine this chariot is to travel in the ethers. She says, it is like a rosy pearl around us. Through an opalescent doorway glides the benevolent fairy Ma Ku, friend of humanity. Imagine a lovely Chinese fairy. She addresses the neophyte again. She smiles upon you and greets you. How beautiful she is. There's a string of pearls and golden tassels in her black hair, and her peach-coloured robe is embroidered with a golden phoenix. She tells us to be seated in a circle within our chariot and to shut our eyes. I want you to sit in a circle now and shut your eyes. You are with others who long to awaken the spiritual powers of love and happiness within. All our meditation. I want you to feel now that you are in the etheric sphere where anything is possible. You are full of hope, imagination. Know that time and place change your consciousness. The heaviness of earth has left you, and you feel full of hope and wonder. Meditate upon this. You are surrounded by a gleaming spaceship. Your guide is the fairy Marku, and you are with companions in the world of spirit, for you join us in your time and place. You are our friend. We are full of expectancy, of hope. Friends, we are seated in a circle, in a dragon chariot, waiting to move heavenwards, or so we think. But what's happening? We expected to ascend into the sky, but instead, our pearly chariot is rapidly sinking through the floor of the temple. The solid earth and its black rocks and roots of the old abbey are like mist to our etheric vision. Priestess addresses the neophyte. Marku tells you not to fear. We are passing through the rock cave of Amaterasu Opo Mikame, goddess of the hidden sun. She tells you that her rock cave is the crust of the earth, shell of the phoenix egg. I never thought of the earth just being a mere crust of an egg, have you? Well, perhaps it is. She says, within the cave are two mighty fiery dragons who rotate ceaselessly in contrary directions, protecting the hidden sun. Can this be the two mighty flows of magma, volcanic lava? The priest speaks. How awe-inspiring are these flame-breathing dragons as we glide down past them. They feast upon luminous pearls and are coiled below livid green lakes, whose beds are resplendent with glowing sapphires, rubies, topazes, emeralds, and amethyst. Priestess speaks. Suddenly the roars of the dragons cease. The brilliant colours give way to a gentle yellow light. We have reached the paradise of the phoenix egg. Marku tells us to leave our chariot. We are deep within the sun, within our very earth. She speaks to neophyte. Come with us. We realize that this lovely light is emanating from a mighty golden egg that is resting upon a rock of quartz citrine with sparkling cones of light. On its left is a black egg containing a yin, tortoise and snake. On the right is a red phoenix egg. Around the phoenix eggs is a plain of whispering reeds, and above this is the majestic form of the goddess Amaterasu Opo Mikame. In her black hair are 500 sacred Yasaka jewels, and her abundant robes are like sunlit clouds. Her mighty aura extends from the center of the earth to the very stars, which shine in their many colors through the mist of the earth's crust. Visualize this, a mighty sun goddess whose heart is in the center of the earth, whose aura reaches the stars. A priest speaks to the neophyte. Marku is drawing your attention to myriad-coloured eggs that lie half-concealed among the reeds. Here in the heart of the earth, she tells you that each egg contains a dream that needs to be brought to earth, to the surface, to human life. Through their translucent shells you will see mighty cities, stars, a baby, two lovers entwined. Within these eggs are works of art awaiting birth in the minds and hands of artists, and some eggs quiver with notes of music not yet heard. No dream is too small nor too great for the phoenix eggs of Amaterasu, providing they are born from the heart of love. Find your own egg and place it on your lap. What you dream here shall be manifested in the cosmos. Come, find your egg, find your dream. Bring it to life here, so it shall be manifested in the world, the surface of the earth. There is no dream like another, as there's no creature like unto another. You are unique. The world that we create around the earth needs your dream. You feel now the glow of your own heart and sacral center, sex center, womb. Your creative power, if you're a man. Feel this awaken in resonance with your heart. You will be given the power and the strength to fulfill your dream from the mighty red, golden phoenix. The black egg and the red egg are as one, and they are within yourself. The third priestess. Let us give thanks to Amaterasu and return to our chariot. The shell of your egg has dissolved into mist, and your dream has gone forth into the world, there to be embodied and manifest. You feel a glow in your sacral sex center. In your womb as well. Second priest speaks. Our chariot is rising rapidly past the two dragons, through the veil which is the earth's crust, robe of the goddess. And we have entered the shining sky. We approach the planet Venus, planet of love, the veiled one. He addresses the neophyte. Marku tells you that now you are using your astral body in order to enjoy the western paradise of the red phoenix. We are passing through rosy clouds. Before us is the jade mountain, Kunlun of the sky. It is crowned by a palace, surrounded by a golden rampart. Our chariot stops before a lake that lies at the foot of the mountain, and Marku tells us to alight. Come with us. Yes, let us join them. Let us leave the chariot. You are now in your astral body. The second priestess speaks. What exquisite harmony is here. The air is filled with the scent of flowers, and many-coloured birds sing as they perch in peach trees. Imagine heaven. To neophyte, these trees bear the peaches of immortality. Those who eat of them attain everlasting life. Gaze into the lake and marvel at the lotuses that float on the surface. Do this, both of us. Let us gaze into a lake with water lilies. Your own face is reflected therein, amongst darting red fishes and passing clouds. Ah, you could rest here forever. In the centre of the lake is a fountain of living waters. Approach this and be cleansed by its sparkling cascade. Come, let us enter into a fountain, be cleansed by sparkling water. Companions behind, at the far side of the lake, look, immortal beings sit in contemplation, sharing the peaches. Look across the lake and see immortal beings, eating also the peaches. Amongst them are parrots, monkeys, and black and yellow tigers. Let us join them. To neophyte, Markur tells you not to fear feasting with tigers. Here they only eat peaches, not you. And peaches bring eternal love as well as life. Second priest speaks. Floating above the jade mountain is the royal mother, the goddess Si Wang Mu. She wears a many-jeweled tiara, and her aura encircles the mountain and encompasses the paradise. By her is the red yin phoenix of fire shining in the south. Visualize this, the royal mother, the goddess, many-jeweled tiara like a rainbow, her aura extending over heaven. He addresses the neophyte. Blessed by the royal mother, join us and partake of the peaches of immortality. We alight from the chariot and we enter this paradise of the red phoenix and eat of the peaches of immortality. The mother gives from her heart, and we receive with joy, that we may give to our children, human, animal, tree, plant, upon our earth. We may mix with the immortals, dance, speak with them, for we are immortal. The only difference between us and the deities is that we do not know our own immortality. You are an eternal being when your heart is in resonance with the heartbeat of the cosmos, ever renewing from the inner heart of divine love, which has brought forth us all as a mother brings forth children. You can be happy though others, all creatures, suffer on earth, because the world is not real. It is a testing ground, a place of experiment, our own individual expression of our dreams. We can transform the earth and bring heaven once more in a golden age. For wherever we are, the goddess with us is heaven. The priest speaks. We give thanks to the Royal Mother. We feel bliss in our hearts. That is forever. Even if we forget it, it is always there awaiting us. And we may share it with others. Marku tells us to return to our chariot. He addresses the neophyte. You feel a rosy glow of love and bliss within your heart, as do we all. The first priest speaks. We feel we have grown wings of glory from our spines. Marku tells us that we are now ready to fly away from the solar system into the mighty star realms beyond. We begin to fly away from the planet of Venus. Space. Feel yourself now rising. Feel wings below your shoulder blades spreading out. You feel light, full of hope and interest, curiosity. Our chariot is rising now towards a starry cluster. We are approaching the Pleiades. We have ascended beyond the planetary sphere of Venus, and we are reaching the stars, the Pleiades. First priest speaks. We are greeted by singing birds of every colour, who with outspread wings dart and swoop around our chariot in greeting. Marku tells us that we can only reach the paradise of the golden phoenix by learning to fly there. Oh, I don't know if I can do that. Lo, in the distance we see a starry realm of incomparable beauty. He addresses the neophyte. Leave the chariot and fly with us towards the stars. You easily do this in your dreams. You can do it in your spiritual body. Come, let's fly. We are weightless in space. Surrounded by the birds, we are flying higher and higher towards the golden paradise. We are now circling over lakes, hills, fertile valleys, and calm seas, of which valleys, hills, and lakes are only a reflection on our earth, for this is where they spring from, in divine mind. All is bathed in a golden light. Now we see where the light comes from. Hovering over a mountain is the golden phoenix, whose outspread wings span the paradise itself. Golden rays from its feathers gild the landscape with light. Visualize this. First priestess speaks. Now we see the goddess Kuan Yin herself. The goddess is seated before the gold mountain in deep contemplation. On her brow is an opal-coloured light that changes colour according to the subject of her meditation. We see the formation of planets and of stars within her celestial third eye. To neophyte, Ma Ku tells you to gaze within the eye on the brow of Kuan Yin. There you shall see the accomplishment of your dream, which was born in the egg of Amaterasu and matured by the red phoenix. For from her gold egg there came forth the mighty phoenix as a tiny yellow chick. My friend, gaze into the eye of Kuan Yin and see the accomplishment in the future of all time of your dream, which was born in the egg, grew in the heart of love and the paradise of the royal mother, and now is brought to fruition in the divine sphere of the goddess of compassion, Kuan Yin. Know that in all time, space, egg, chick and phoenix all manifest, as do the fruits and flowers of the peach trees of immortality. And from the dream in heaven comes forth the humble work on earth. Imagine, and you shall create. In this paradise are immortal symphonies played, dances, works of art, books, mystery plays. For in this place all is created and brought to fruition. The first priest addresses the neophyte. Come, let us draw away from the paradise of the gold phoenix, but do not let us yet join our chariot. Let us gaze back at the vision of Kuan Yin and the golden phoenix. You feel light upon your own brow, as do we all. Behold, we now perceive with our awakened vision an intricate web of golden power surrounding the goddess, which extends through the cosmos. Visualize this. Visualize it around yourself. A golden network of power shimmering. Within each intersection is a star with its planets and the creatures thereof. See the cosmos as an intricate golden web holding stars, and in a greater way galaxies, the universe. This golden web is within yourself, and with every fly caught in a spider's web, as it is within the spider. Feel it shining through your heart to every heart. Feel this golden light now, extending through your golden aura, joining with every heart, the heartbeat of the cosmos, shining in your brow, in your sacral center, outwards, right from your spine in great radiations. Imagine yourself standing, your legs apart, your arms held out. Send forth your dream to the world, to those who will receive it. Priestess speaks. Let us give thanks to the goddess Kuan Yin. We receive her blessing. Never again shall we sink into despair, hopelessness, depression, for we know all this is only a passing nightmare. Eternal reality shines between every second. Marku tells us to return to our dragon chariot, to neophyte. We bring love, creativity and peace to the earth. Let us enter our shining chariot. How beautiful are the Pleiades, the sisters, shining in many-coloured rays, and now we can see the web around them in myriad flashing colours. We will never see the Pleiades again as once we did, as a blur of little stars in the sky. We know them to be mighty vortices, filled with divine radiations that extend even to our Earth, through the planet Venus. Our chariot leaves the Pleiades now, alas, and swiftly descending in a swooping spiral reaches the planet Venus, paradise of the red phoenix. We feel a change of consciousness as we glide past the paradise of the Royal Mother, and we pass the moon, and we begin to descend right through the earth, once again to the place of the hidden phoenix, the eggs, where we create that which we hope will come to pass. And we now ascend again, but not far, just to the surface of the earth, to our own temple come. But you and I are beginning to feel rather dreamy. Is this our own temple? However, our attention is drawn to the company. Marku has told them to dissolve the chariot through dance, and they are making a graceful dance. Now we watch a beautiful part of the ceremony. The neophyte is adjudged to have passed her initiation, and she is presented with a pink rose, scented, an old-fashioned rose from the old abbey. And we know that they will make procession back to the temple of Isis, Clonigall Castle. Friend, if you feel a glow within your heart, you have experienced the joy and compassion and love of Kuan Yin. Accept from us a pink rose and feel its scent. It is now time for you to rise above the old abbey, above Clonigall Castle. Come, rise, look down at the long shadows of a September evening, rich vegetation, and come back to your own time and place. I'll make a band to bring you back. There, you're back. I'm Olivia Robertson, Fellowship of Isis, Clonigall Castle, Enniscorthy, South Ireland. Write to us at any time. May the blessings of Kuan Yin bring you love, joy, and creativity now and evermore.